Hi, we're the coaching team at MMG Performance. My name is Tyler McGee. This is Ian Meller. Nick Duffy, we're the coaches. This is one of our students. Alex Bowie's out here. He's going to help us today with the course strategy, getting ready for the event at Celebration Golf Club. We do our coaching about 15 minutes away from here at Orange County National. We hope this video can help you be ready for the event and have a really clear picture of what you're going to do on the 18th hole.
I'm Nick Duffy from MMG Performance, out here at Celebration for a little practice round for the Hurricane Junior Tour. We're just going to talk a little bit about what we work on strategy-wise with one of our players, Alex here. We're going to talk a little bit about two different ways to play this hole, number 18 at Celebration. We're playing it from the back tees, 566 is the yardage. So one way to play it is if you want to play a little more aggressively, if you're hitting the driver pretty well, there's actually 40 yards of width between the hazards up there. So we actually would hit driver, have enough room at 300 yards. From there, he'd leave himself about 266 into the green. So if you're hitting it well, it's downwind, it's not a bad strategy. So Alex, you want to go ahead and hit one for us? This is a pretty good tee shot because it's a little, visually it looks like there's way less room than there actually is up there. Good ball, it should be fine. Yeah, right in the middle. So that's one way to play the hole. So if this hole is more into the wind or you're not feeling quite as confident going for it in two, don't quite have 266 in the bag with your 3-wood, I would say the next best play, if you hit it out there about 240, the fairway gets its width to about 50 yards, so it actually opens up the hole more. If you're not going to go for the hole in two, I'd say that'd be the best strategy. It just opens up the hole. You can lay up another 200-yard shot, leave yourself about 120 into the green, and make the hole pretty easy, so leaving yourself a wedge in. So once again, Nick Duffy from MMG Golf Performance, based out of Orange County National in Winter Garden, Florida. Here just to talk a little bit about another one of the tee shots we have on 18. So originally I went over the 14 to 15 and the 16 to 18 division, where they're actually teeing off for the boys. Every other division will be actually teeing off from this tee here. It's a 460 tee. Not quite as difficult of a tee shot or as visually intimidating as the other tee ball. Basically the strategy will be hitting a tee ball somewhere between 250, where that bunker is up on the right, and 200 yards. It's going to leave you anywhere between, I think it's 30 to 40 yards of width in the fairway. And given how far that is off the tee, it should be plenty of room dispersion-wise. So overall, this shot shouldn't be too bad. It looks more narrow than it is. Not quite as bad as the older boys tee, but it's definitely still a shot you want to pay attention to.
So Alex has hit a good tee shot and he's in that first zone that Nick was talking about from back on the tee. He's 316 yards from the pin. I'm going to give you a little sort of strategy you can go through when you're in this situation on a par 5. Also actually works on par 4 tee shots. So in this scenario in here, it's typically, we can approach it like a short par 4. We're going to look at what kind of defenses the golf course has up by the green. And from there we devise our strategy. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our pin sheets and figure out where the hole location is, so we can start creating a strategy of how to get a shot in there where we've got a good chance for birdie. So for Alex here, the widest layup area is 120 yards into the green. So that means that from his ball here, if he hits a 196-yard shot, then he's going to be in that layup area. And from there, pretty much the whole green is accessible. One note to have is if you're in this layup zone, or at any point here, if that pin is in the back left quadrant, then you're better off almost laying up than going for it, no matter where you are in the fairway. Once you've looked at the hole location, then look at the angle you want into the pin. From here, keeping it center or a little bit left takes out any of the trouble down the right. And then from there, if you do have a number that you prefer, for your approach shots on par 5s, look at them playing to that number. It is going to be a little bit tighter if you are not taking into account that 120-yard layup zone. For those of you who took on the longer tee shot, you're going to be faced with sort of a picture like this. you'll see sort of the water a little bit down the right. However, there's a fair little bit of room to the left. So if you're downwind line today, there is an opportunity to get the ball up there closer to the green. As I mentioned before, if it's a back left pin, it might not be worth it due to the strategy that kind of takes all the trouble out of play. So we've got 258 to the pin. If you fit it over into this space here, you're going to be on a nice little upslope, which is helpful for hitting those longer shots. The strategy we're going to take though is we're going to hit it pretty much straight at the left green side bunker. The front edge of the green from here today with that front pin is about 250. So we don't have to hit it right up to the front edge. So if you're downwind and you're looking at hitting it sort of 230, maybe 240, something like that, it may not even be a 3-wood. You know, it might be it may be a hybrid, maybe even a long iron for some. So if you pick like a nice point sort of from bunker to the trees there, hit a long iron or a hybrid, you're gonna have a nice pitch to most pin positions and a chance to make birdie. Okay, so now we're up in the approach play zone, and you'll be able to see once you're up here that laying up to that 120 yardage takes out the risk of going in the bunker on the left side, but also here on the right there's sort of a little bit of the hazard cuts in there. So we've taken that out of play. Alex has got, what is the yardage to that pin there, Alex? 108. And the pin where Tyler stood up on the green is where the pin is going to be on the first day. So at that pin position, it's 11 paces on, and it's 5 paces from the right. Now if we were to go up there and look at the green, if you go just past that pin position, you're going to have a very quick putt coming back to the hole. And if you look at sort of the lead up to the green, even if you were short, it wouldn't be a hard chip. And you've got 11 yards to work with there of green. So with a wedge in hand, let's take a little bit of insurance. Let's play 2 or 3 yards short of that pin, and let's hit a good shot just to the left and just a bit short of that pin position. So on day 2, the pin is going to be 25 yards on, 6 paces from the right, which brings the bunker in on that short right side of the green. So up there really isn't like an opportunity to take a huge advantage and hit it close without taking that bunker out of play. So we play a little past the flag and a little left. We're going to be in the best position. It is a tricky putt that you're going to want to hit in your practice rounds though. So strategy from here, we've got 120 to the pin, was it Alex? Yep. 120 to the pin. We're going to play that with an extra 2 yards, 122, then play just a little left of the pin on day 2. On day 3, the pin is going to be 13 on, 5 from the left. So on the 3rd day, this is our green light day. You can pretty much go right at this pin for most positions here on the fairway. Most favorable would be from sort of center-ish of the fairway to this right side. Alex is on the right side of the fairway, and you can see he's got a really nice angle into the pin there up on the green. So lay up well and hit your number with your wedge shot, and you're gonna have a good chance for birdie.
So for the players that want to be aggressive on this hole and take the hole on, if you are a longer player, this is basically the area you want to hit to because it's going to give you an option to all 3 different pins. I would say the mistake that you want to avoid is hitting it too far and getting all the way up to green side, because it's going to make the chip a lot more challenging and limit the chances for birdie. So if you get into this spot, you're gonna have more of a basic type of pitch even to all 3 pins. So I would say if you're looking to go for it in 2, this would be the place that you make the easiest birdie. So Alex is in here, we're gonna hit, let's hit to this far left pin here, Alex. We got some tees on the green here, just marking the pins. That's the day 3 pin, probably the one that could decide the tournament. So we'll hit to that pin. Great shot. Awesome. And you can see that ball rolls out to that pin. The grain is running sort of down and to the right from this side. So any shot, especially if you get pin high, it's going to be tricky because it's going to be so quick running towards the water. We're looking at the day 1 pin here. Alex hit a good approach from 120. This is the widest part. You really don't want to take on that pin because it's going to bring in a lot of risk here on the right. So Alex hit it just left of the pin, sort of an optimal spot. Even if you're a little short, you still got an uphill putt going to this pin. If you do end up hitting it long, it's going to be okay on this line. It's just going to be a little bit tougher putt because it's downhill running towards the water. So we got a little left to righter here. Alex will roll it up so you get a sense of what the green's going to do on this putt. Yeah, good roll. It stayed pretty straight. It still had a little bit of break. It'll be interesting when the tournament's on how quick the greens are running. I've been here a lot, and a lot of this tournament can be decided on the greens. The players that are making these 10 to 15 footers all week usually have a big advantage. So this is the day 2 pin. It's a little bit more in the back right part of the green. Alex, he was aiming more center. The wind's a little bit off his left, so it blew it a little bit over, but having the right target, it ended up being a good shot. If he was to take that pin on and hit the same type of miss where it goes to the right, you can see how down on the right side here, these bushes would be a big problem to have and really could put you in a bad position. So on this second day pin, you really want to be smart. Alex is going to hit this putt. This is a straight uphill putt, but then we'll also take you to the back part of the green. It's going to be a harder birdie to make, but you're going to really take bogey out of play. Nice putt. So that was a pretty straight uphill putt. So if we go to where we're looking to miss this one or give us the best chance to take bogey out of play, but still give you an option to make birdie, an opportunity to make birdie, we're gonna look to hit it just a little bit past this pin. You're gonna take that front right bunker out of play. So it's a downhill putt. It's probably gonna be pretty quick in the tournament. We'll just get Alex to roll it down there so you get a sense of what the break's gonna be. So coming from straight down the hill, it ended up being pretty straight. It looks like it might go a little left because it looks lower over there, but it ended up rolling pretty straight. We're looking at the day 3 pin here, potentially the deciding hole of the tournament if you can make birdie to finish. From the layup of 120, you're looking really right at this pin, especially if you're in the middle part of the fairway. It depends on what angle you're coming in, how you're going to be looking at it. Obviously this bunker, we're going to pay attention to it. We don't really want to take that on because that would be a pretty tough up and down to that pin. So we got Alex just he hit it a little bit short of the pin. Really nice look at this for birdie, pretty much straight up the hill, and we'll see what happens. Good putt, just broke a little bit off to the right. Again, having a really clear strategy on this hole from start to finish is huge, and being at Celebration before, I really think the player who makes the most putts and knows the greens the best and has the best plan for the different pins each day is going to give you a huge advantage this week.